You know that specific stomach-turning scent that hits you the moment you walk into your kitchen after a long day? That damp, metallic, rotting smell that seems to be coming directly from the heart of your sink? You have tried everything. You have poured gallons of bleach down there. You have thrown in lemon peels until your garbage disposal sounded like it was grinding gravel. You have even tried that viral baking soda and vinegar volcano trick that looks cool for 5 seconds but doesn't actually solve the problem. Yet the smell always comes back. In the heat of the summer or the humidity of the afternoon, your American garbage disposal feels less like a modern convenience and more like a biological experiment gone wrong. But what if I told you that the solution isn't found in your local big box store's chemical aisle? What if the answer to a pristine, odor-free kitchen is a tiny $3 packet of powder from a small shop in Tokyo? Today, we are diving deep into the world of Japanese cleaning science to explore a product that is currently taking the internet by storm. People are calling it the 60-second miracle. It is affordable, it is incredibly satisfying to watch, and most importantly, it actually works. We are going to look at why American disposals fail us, the secret chemistry behind this Japanese innovation, and exactly how you can use it to reclaim your kitchen from the clutches of kitchen funk forever. Let's start with the problem itself, because to fix the smell, you have to understand why it's there. The average American garbage disposal is a marvel of engineering, designed to pulverize food scraps so they can flow easily through your plumbing. However, the design has a major flaw that most manufacturers don't talk about. Inside that dark, damp metal cylinder, there are hundreds of tiny crevices, rubber gaskets, and grinding teeth. When you process food, tiny particles of fat, protein, and carbohydrates get trapped in these nooks. Over time, these particles don't just wash away, they stick. They form a slimy layer known as biofilm. This biofilm is essentially a fortress for tiny organisms that thrive in moist, dark environments. As they break down the trapped organic matter, they release gases. That is the smell you are fighting. It is not just old food. It is a living, breathing ecosystem of decay sitting just inches away from where you prepare your family's dinner. In the United States, our approach to cleaning this has always been aggressive. We use heavy degreasers or caustic liquids that are meant to dissolve everything in their path. The issue is that these liquids move too fast. You pour them down the drain, you flip the switch, and within 3 seconds the cleaner is gone, flushed into the sewer system before it can actually penetrate that stubborn biofilm. This is where Japanese innovation enters the room and changes the game entirely. In Japan, space is at a premium, and cleanliness is not just a habit, it is a cultural pillar. The Japanese have mastered the art of foam engineering. They realized long ago that if you want to clean a vertical or enclosed space like a drain or a disposal, liquid is your enemy. You need something that stays, you need volume, you need a reaction that expands to fill every single millimeter of space, reaching the underside of the blades and the top of the splash guard, where traditional cleaners never touch. Enter the $3 miracle powder. Often found under brands like Pix or various Lion chemical labels, this unassuming little packet contains a very specific mixture of chlorinated isocyanates and foaming agents. When this powder hits water, it doesn't just dissolve, it erupts. It creates a thick, dense, oxygenated foam that looks like something out of a science fiction movie. But it's not just for show. As the foam expands, it creates physical pressure. This pressure pushes the active cleaning agents into those impossible-to-reach crevices. It grips the walls of the disposal, hanging onto the slime and the grime, giving the chemicals time to actually break down the molecular bonds of the grease. While you sit back and watch, the powder is doing the heavy lifting, stripping away months of accumulated buildup in exactly 60 seconds. But why an American garbage disposal specifically? Well, American plumbing and appliances are built for volume and power. We have huge bins and high horsepower motors. However, the rubber splash guard, that black circular fringe you see at the top of your drain, is the primary culprit for odors. If you were to reach in there with a glove and wipe the underside of that rubber, you would be horrified. It is usually coated in a thick, gray sludge. Traditional cleaning methods almost never reach the underside of that guard. The Japanese powder, however, generates so much foam that it actually pushes upward, coating the entire underside of the rubber guard and the rim of the sink. It sanitizes the areas you can't see and the areas you really don't want to touch. It is a comprehensive cleanse that leaves nothing behind but a faint, clean scent and a sparkling interior. Now, let's talk about the experience of using it, because that is half the fun. Imagine you have reached your breaking point with the smell. You open this small packet and it looks like ordinary laundry booster. You follow the instructions, which usually involve running a bit of warm water to dampen the disposal, then pouring the powder in a perfect circle around the drain. Then you add a small amount of warm water, about 1 cup, and you wait. Within seconds, you hear a faint fizzing sound. Then a white, cloud-like foam begins to rise out of the drain. It looks like the sink is breathing. It rises higher and higher until it fills the basin. This is the odor eraser in action. The foam is capturing the volatile organic compounds that cause the smell and neutralizing them on contact. After a minute or two of this chemical dance, you simply turn on the faucet and flush it all away. The satisfaction of seeing that dirty foam disappear, followed by the total absence of scent, is genuinely addictive. One of the most impressive things about this Japanese approach is the cost-to-performance ratio. We are so used to seeing expensive, branded cleaning drops or specialized citrus balls in American supermarkets that cost $10 for a pack of 5. Those products are often just compressed baking soda with some perfume. They make the kitchen smell like artificial oranges for an hour, but they don't solve the underlying biological issue. The Japanese powder is industrial strength disguised as a consumer product. At $3 per treatment, it is fundamentally changing how people prioritize their kitchen maintenance. You don't need a professional plumber to hydrojet your lines. You just need 60 seconds and a bit of chemistry. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the science for a moment. For those of you who want to know why this works better than the home remedies, many people swear by the ice cube trick. They say if you put ice in the disposal, it sharpens the blades and knocks off the food. While ice can help dislodge large chunks, it does absolutely nothing for the microscopic biofilm and the bacterial colonies. Others suggest boiling water. But boiling water can actually melt certain types of grease just enough for them to slide further down the pipe and congeal into a massive clog later on. The Japanese powder uses a stabilized oxygen bleach reaction. This means it is breaking down the proteins and fats at a cellular level without damaging your pipes or the delicate seals in your disposal. It is a smart clean, not just a hard clean. Furthermore, we need to address the hidden areas of the disposal that this powder reveals. When the foam recedes, you will often see the metal inside your disposal shining like it was just installed. This isn't just about looks. A smooth, clean surface is much harder for new food particles to stick to. You are preventing the next round of odors from ever getting a foothold. It is proactive maintenance rather than reactive panic cleaning. For anyone who lives in an apartment where the previous tenants might not have been the cleanest, this product is an absolute lifesaver. It's like a reset button for your plumbing. Another reason why this specific Japanese product is so superior to what we find in the US is the concentration. American regulations and consumer preferences often lean toward gentle or scented products. Japan, however, has a very different regulatory landscape when it comes to domestic cleaners. They prioritize efficacy above almost everything else. The concentration of foaming agents in these powders is much higher than anything you would find in a standard American foaming drain cleaner. The bubbles are smaller, denser, and more stable. This stability is key. If the bubbles pop too fast, they don't have time to work. These Japanese bubbles are like little scrubbing soldiers that stay on duty until you tell them to leave with the rinse water. Let's talk about the cultural aspect of this for a second. Japan has a concept called osoji, which is a deep cleaning ritual usually performed at the end of the year. But this philosophy carries over into daily life. Products are designed to be user-inclusive, meaning they make the user feel like they are doing a great job through visual feedback. The foam rising from the sink is a visual confirmation that the product is working. It gives the homeowner a sense of control and accomplishment. In the US, our cleaning products are often set it and forget it, leaving us wondering if anything actually happened. The Japanese powder turns a chore into a spectacular event. It turns a smelly, gross task into something you actually look forward to doing. We also have to consider the environmental impact. A lot of people are rightfully worried about pouring harsh chemicals down the drain. While this powder is powerful, many of the leading Japanese brands have moved toward formulations that are designed to break down quickly once they enter the wider water system. Because you are using such a small amount of product compared to the huge bottles of liquid drain cleaner, the overall chemical load on your local water treatment facility is actually reduced. You are using a concentrated surgical strike of cleaning power rather than a carpet bomb of liquid bleach. It is a more modern, responsible way to handle household maintenance. So how do you get your hands on this? 10 years ago, you would have needed to fly to Tokyo or have a very specific connection in a Japanese grocery store. But in 2026, the global marketplace has made this easier than ever. You can find these packets on major international retail sites, specialized Asian home goods stores, and even some high-end boutique cleaning sites. The trick is to look for the keywords: Japanese foaming drain powder or disposal cleaner with active oxygen. Even with shipping, buying these in bulk brings the cost down to that sweet $3 spot. Once you have a stash in your laundry room, you will wonder how you ever lived without them. Imagine next Thanksgiving. You've been cooking for 12 hours. You've processed pounds of potato peels, turkey scraps, and gravy. Usually by the time the guests arrive, the kitchen has that underlying scent of industrial waste. But this time, you take 60 seconds before the first guest rings the doorbell. You pour in the powder, watch the foam rise, rinse it away, and suddenly your kitchen smells like nothing. Not hidden odors behind a mask of lavender, not clean chemicals, but just fresh air. That is the power of this product. It returns your home to its natural state. It is also worth noting that this powder works wonders on the dishwasher too. While it is marketed for drains and disposals, the same logic applies to the filter at the bottom of your dishwasher. If you have ever opened your dishwasher and been hit by a humid, swampy scent, you can use a half packet of this powder to clear out the trap in the internal pipes. The foam will expand through the spray arms and the drainage lines, clearing out the old detergent buildup and the trapped food oils that your regular dishwasher tabs miss. It's a versatile tool that every homeowner should have in their arsenal. For those who are skeptical, I encourage you to look at the community of cleaning enthusiasts online. There are thousands of videos of people trying this for the first time. The reaction is always the same. First, there is disbelief at how small the packet is. Then there is shock when the foam starts pouring out of the drain. Finally, there is the sniff test. People lean down, get their nose right up to the drain, and their eyes widen. The odor is simply gone. Not reduced, not dampened, but eliminated. In a world where so many products overpromise and underdeliver, this $3 Japanese powder is a rare exception that actually does exactly what it says on the tin. We also need to mention the safety aspect. Because this creates a gas-trapping foam, you should always ensure your kitchen is well ventilated, just as you would with any cleaning product. Open a window or turn on the vent fan. Also, because the foam expands, make sure you don't have anything valuable sitting right on the edge of the sink because the foam might just reach out and touch it. It is a powerful reaction and it deserves respect. But compared to the splashing and potential skin irritation of liquid lye-based cleaners, a controlled foam is significantly safer for the average user. Let's address the American kitchen culture for a moment. We love our disposals, but we treat them like trash cans. We put things down there that we really shouldn't. Greasy pan drippings, fibrous celery, starchy pasta. All of these things leave a residue, even if you are the most careful person in the world. The physics of a garbage disposal mean that some residue is inevitable. The Japanese powder method accepts this reality. It doesn't judge you for your cooking habits. It just provides a reset button. It allows you to enjoy the convenience of a disposal without the disgusting side effects. It's the ultimate life hack for the modern cook. If you are tired of the cycle of scrubbing, pouring, and smelling, it is time to look east. The Japanese recognized that the battle against odors is a battle against surface area. By using foam to maximize surface contact, they have solved a problem that Western chemical companies have been overcomplicating for decades. You don't need a more powerful motor in your sink. You don't need a more expensive plumber. You just need to understand that foam is the superior vehicle for cleanliness. In conclusion, the $3 Japanese miracle powder is more than just a cleaning product. It is a testament to the idea that thoughtful engineering can solve everyday problems in a simple, affordable way. It takes the most disgusting part of your kitchen, the dark, slimy interior of your garbage disposal, and makes it pristine in the time it takes to toast a bagel. It's satisfying to use, incredibly effective, and turns a dreaded chore into a fascinating bit of home science. So next time you walk into your kitchen and that familiar, unpleasant scent greets you, don't reach for the bleach. Don't waste money on scented beads that do nothing. Get yourself some Japanese foaming powder and witness the 60-second miracle for yourself. Your sink, your kitchen, and your nose will thank you. Reclaim your home from the odors of the past and step into a future where your kitchen always smells as fresh as the day you moved in. It's fast, it's cheap, and it's absolute magic. The secret is out, and it's time for every American kitchen to experience the power of the foam. Happy cleaning, and here's to a kitchen that finally smells like home again.